out now, dude.
Yeah, we can talk about that. Like, you know, when people say you shouldn't care what other people think, but isn't what other people think a reality? You know, right? Isn't that if you think about it?
I shouldn't care what people think, but like I do all these things in my life because I care what people
think. Yeah, it's so easy to say you shouldn't care. You shouldn't worry about what people think, and it's like, isn't that almost? That's almost everything. You kind of have to care what people think.
Yeah, I mean, I shouldn't care what people think.
So either the solution is,
dude, but I do care what people think.
We do.
I think everyone cares what people think.
Yeah, but should we?
Yeah,
we should.
Yeah, because I think it helps build like a moral compass that I'm on. You know, like I think for good, yeah, like it helps me.
That's a good point. Because in my head, I'm sometimes like, I think I'm a morally sound enough guy. I don't need other people to tell me what's good or not. But then there are things that people
Talking to the mic.
Then there are things that people
hear the difference.
Yeah. Then there are things that people tell me you shouldn't do, and I go, I wouldn't have thought of that organically. Like, I would not have come upon that myself.
Do you know how many things I would do if I truly didn't care what people thought?
There's a lot of things you wouldn't do.
There's a lot of things I would do.
Yeah.
I would just be outrageous if I didn't care what people thought.
Do you think so?
Yeah. I was outrageous when I cared what people thought. I just did it. I just did it when I was in secret or like in isolation or in the shadows. You know?
I think that must be a person-to-person thing.
Like there's got to be like things you do throughout the day and go, oh, man, but if they knew that I did that, like you may not say that to yourself. Like, what if they know that I did that? You may say something like, that's wrong. And it's like, but I want to do it. You know what I mean? But, you don't, then you don't do it, or you do it. And you go, oh man, what if I get caught, dude?
Yeah.
What are they going to think?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, no, for sure. Like there are things that I've done, especially growing up, that I thought were totally normal and that I could rationally explain to anybody why I did them. But the answer I would get sometimes is just, you don't do that. People don't do that.
Yeah, a lot of the lessons you get taught, I feel like, are don't do that.
Like, people
will judge you. Or like
I used to poop in the woods.
Seriously?
Yeah,
dude.
Because it's more fun.
No way, really?
Yeah, because I grew up in the woods. No one would see. I was told at a young age you're not supposed to do that, and I didn't understand why. Because it hurts nobody.
Did you bring like toilet paper with you?
No.
You just
because that's not what they tell you in the cartoons. They say leaf. They say use a leaf.
Did you really use a leaf?
I've done it.
How many times do you think you pooped in the woods?
It was probably spanning from the ages of like 6 to like 12. Where I would
dude, you're young, dude.
I was young. Where I was just like, I saw it, like maybe I heard about it like in a cartoon or something, and I was like, I gotta try that. And they use leaves, and it was freeing. It felt good.
So were you just sitting there watching TV one day, watch someone poop in the woods, and you're like, yeah.
Or like even just the mention of it. Someone mentioned pooping in the woods, using a leaf to wipe their butt.
How far was the woods from your house?
Literally, I didn't grow up in a neighborhood.
Backyard?
Yeah, it was my backyard. No one would have. Yeah, it was.
Did you get caught doing it?
No, I didn't get caught pooping in the woods. Actually, one time when I was on cross country probably the last time I pooped in the woods in high school.
So you made it to high school pooping in the woods. That's past 12.
This was the last. This wasn't for fun. I was at a practice for cross country, and I had to go back to the school because I had to poop. I didn't make it, and I hid behind a rock, and it was probably about like 10 feet away from where everyone else was running, and I just hid behind the rock. I diarrheaed.
Why did you do it? Because you just had to go to the bathroom?
I had to so bad.
Oh, wait, this was mid-race?
It wasn't race, it was practice. I probably could have just made it back, honestly. It was just practice. But then all my teammates were coming back to the school, too, now. They're all coming back where I should have been going. I see them. I peered over my little, rock covering me. There was, a boulder in front of me, and I peered over, and there was girls talking and stuff, and I'm just
oh man,
pants around my ankles.
And was it nostalgic? Were you like, oh, I've done this so many times before, I know exactly how to do it?
Honestly, I don't think I felt bad about doing it. I didn't feel. You'd think you might be like, oh, this is such a bad situation, and I probably was, but I was like, what? It's kind of fun. It's fun to. That's the last time I did it, though. That's the last time I ever did it. It's been some time.
Do you miss it? Do you remember that time? Because
you know what I miss? I miss living in a place where you could just go outside.
You could poop in the woods.
And you could do whatever. Yeah, you could poop in the woods. You could just be naked. You could just do whatever.
Would you
but like,
do
no one would see you. That's the best part.
You never got caught.
Not pooping in the woods.
No. Your parents have you ever told your parents about it?
No.
So would you sneak out back like midday?
Yeah, if I was like, they were at work and it was like Saturday or something, I'd like go run.
Would you like crave it? They'd be like, dude, I gotta.
Yeah, I think I'd just be like, I could poop in the toilet or.
I mean, dude, I do that with peeing. I still do that sometimes.
It's the same exact thing. It's the exact same thing. There's a rock. There's
That's
a
not,
rock.
but-
It's the same thing. There's a rock in front of my house growing up. And I when I was like 5 or 6, I like decided that's my pee rock, and I would pee on it every day
yeah.
after school.
I think this is a very man thing to
Yeah,
do, dude.
yeah. I'd pee on that rock. It was just that rock though, and then that was the same rock I would like bury all my dead like goldfish under when they'd pass away, because I don't want to flush them down the toilet because that seemed disrespectful.
But then you peeing on them later, didn't?
I guess it didn't. It seemed like the natural order of life. It seemed like the natural way things are supposed to go. All right. So that's a good topic to start on. Yeah. All right. So, I mean, that definitely, that's probably a part of my psyche forever, maybe. But, I wouldn't do it in front of anybody else. I wouldn't want people to know that about me.
Well, you just told me.
That's okay.
Here.
Yeah, that's all
You
right.
just told
everybody.
Yeah, dude.
That's all right. I feel like everybody, that's probably one of those things that everyone wishes they could say about themselves, that they've done something like that.
Oh, dude, I mean...
Yeah, have you done anything like that?
I mean, I've done a lot of things that I probably wouldn't tell people I did.
That's fair.
What do you mean? Yeah, a lot.
Yeah.
But that's okay, so I guess what we were talking about is the...
I'm an open book.
You care...
I'm an open book.
Yeah. Because you care about what people think. Or we don't care about what people think,
Yeah,
right?
you know what? Maybe that was the first... taking the first chain off right there, the first shackle. The grip is softening.
But that's the thing. Like, you did it and didn't tell anybody because you would have cared what people thought, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So you do care what people think. That's what I don't understand. People are like, I don't care what I think.
Yeah.
But
Well, that's people. I care what people think, but the number one piece of advice people probably, it's like top 5, general messages that people say into the world. They say, if you ask an old guy, they're like, don't care what people think. Do whatever you want. Don't care what people think.
Old men, you might say that too. They might say that. I feel like, have you ever seen the women who they like ask like, hey, what's the one thing you would do different? You ever see those videos?
Yeah, I've seen things like that.
Man, I feel like I saw one that was like, it wasn't don't do. It was like love more. It was like the opposite. It was like do care what people think, but like love them.
Yeah, you know what? That's actually the new. I think that's the new thing. That's the new trend, and I'm liking it. I'm on board with this. There's too much apathy.
What is it? What is apathy again?
It's where you don't care. It's where you're just like,
that's what apathy
Yeah,
is?
it's like the opposite of empathy.
Oh, wow.
It's where you're just like, I don't give a shit. Whatever happens, happens. I don't care. I'm completely removed. I'm dejected. And people are saying now, you got to start caring again. We got to get people caring again. And people don't care. People are tired of caring. But we got to start.
No, I think people care, but they just care about themselves a lot more now.
Maybe you'll have
there's a lot more selfishness instead of like this unity and camaraderie.
I don't know, man. I've seen some like pretty dejected young people, and I think.
Oh, dude, I feel like they're so selfish because of these things. These things make them so selfish.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
A lot more. You go a few years younger than me. You go out to dinner with them or anything. They'll bust out the phone at the dinner table. That's absurd. You can't be doing that. Unless it's to check like a game score, unless it's to pull up a statistic.
Yeah, you can't just like get it.
Yeah, it's okay if you're like, I am so sorry. Here, I got to type in,
who's winning
Austin
the game?
Reeves, yeah,
Austin
box
Reeves?
score.
Who's Austin Reeves? Well,
He's a Lakers player.
Are you an NBA fan?
I sometimes watch the NBA.
Dude, I can't watch that anymore.
It's fun. I don't know. I just like choose random guys that I'm like, I like him.
That's how you do it now?
I like Austin Reeves.
Oh, are you new into sports with everything?
Follow it, yeah, to the degree that I'm following it. Yes, I never followed it as much as I'm following it now.
Because they didn't have sports in the woods.
I played them. I played like almost every sport. I've done baseball, football, basketball, soccer, track, cross country. I did all of those. Wrestling. I did wrestling, and I never wanted to follow it on TV. I thought it was. I thought it was a waste of time. I don't know. I think I was very like pseudo intellectual about it, where I was like, oh, they're easing the masses. Let them watch their
Oh, really? Like the
their
Roman circus?
barbaric. Yeah. Oh, their sports ball. Let them enjoy their sports ball. They're these barbaric people.
I would.
It's annoying.
The only one I follow on TV is football.
It's the easiest one to follow for sure because it's the least amount of games.
Yeah.
And they're just so jam packed with good stuff.
And you got it's and I follow it like every team pretty much.
Mm-hmm.
I follow like what is going on, not just like the my team.
Exactly.
And fantasy obviously keeps you
It's
so involved.
it's probably the easiest to actually know what's going on to other teams because like basketball, there are so many teams where it's like I don't know what they got.
And
I
like
don't even know
one
the star
team,
players.
even the teams that really suck in the NFL,
yeah.
are still shaking things up throughout the season.
And they're notable because they suck too. Like you're
Yeah.
excited to see how bad they suck sometimes, or you're excited to
except
see
for
when
the
they upset.
Jets, dude. Jets are just one team I'm never excited to see.
Oh, dude, they're upsetting. Like they're sad. It's just always sad to watch the Jets.
Yeah,
I feel bad for Justin Fields. Poor guy.
Why?
Well, he seems like he's
I
good.
feel bad for anyone who drafted him and keeps picking him up, dude.
He seems, yeah.
No, I think he might be the worst.
He's a
draft
better
pick of
running.
all
Yeah, he's a
time.
better running back than a quarterback.
Yeah, maybe he's just. Why don't they ever make that a thing in the NFL? Like, Justin Fields could just go play tight end or just go play slot, like something.
Yeah, maybe a receiver. Yeah, maybe he'd be a good receiver because that was the only time the offense was moving. But who does he have?
Well, I guess not too much. Right? He had Garrett Wilson, and dude. Garrett Wilson was killing him from the beginning of the season. So,
and the fact that he kind of Patriots look good. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, they look. I mean, maybe they don't look dominant, but they're fun to watch for me. Plus, I got Travion Henderson in my dynasty league, and I'm loving that. I'm excited to see
him. He's picking
him.
up speed.
Yep,
he's doing well.
He'll be good. What do you think? What's your gut reaction to this Patriots team? 9-2, or is it 9? It's 9-2.
So, like I'll say my gut reaction to like the Jaguars being what their record is.
What is
I don't
it?
really believe it. No, I think it's like 6-4 or 7-3 or something.
Oh, yeah, that's crazy.
So
They just beat the Chargers.
Yeah, but I don't think the Chargers are very good, dude.
Nah,
I don't
agree.
think they're a good team. I think
the first 2 weeks I was pretty high on Justin Herbert, and now
I don't think he's very good. But also, Quinton Johnson, they're not throwing the ball, and Mario Hampton's out now. So.
Mario Hampton's out.
So, I don't know. But the Patriots I've been watching, I think Drake,
he's good.
I kind of believe they are what they are.
Yeah.
The Colts now, you remove Jonathan Taylor from that team, they're nothing.
That's true. That is true. He's the whole. But you could say that about the Eagles last year, and then when they.
Well, I feel like they have removed Saquon from the team.
They have.
They're not giving him the ball.
No, they're giving him the ball. He's averaging like 3 yards a carry.
It's ridiculous for
It's
him.
sad. But I think it's the play calling, which I don't know enough about football. I'm still learning. I'm still in my infancy. I'm sophomoric in my knowledge of football. But from what I've been told,
Is there a new offensive coordinator?
it's Kevin Patullo. Yeah,
He's a new one?
yeah,
Oh, it's first year?
yeah. Jalen has had a different offensive coordinator every year he's played football.
Oh, well, that's a big deal. Even
And I don't think I think he is pretty in charge of the offense. So it's he's the one calling the plays.
yeah, OCs are a big deal because I mean, I could have who was it? I picked up a receiver, or I had a receiver. Then they swapped out offensive coordinators, and I was like, "Oh, he might do well now because he actually might get the ball." Like,
Yeah, it's a big deal.
It is a big deal.
Or even offensive coordinator, or when a quarterback switches out, even you never know who they're going to favor. But it's been exciting, the journey of learning about sports, following sports. It's been a good journey. What age were you when you decided I like sports?
Always did.
Why do you think that was? Did it just so nothing
dad.
had to? So it was like your fan. If the people around you liked it, so you were like, because I was growing up, people around me liked sports. I just didn't get it.
Dad was a huge Yankees fan. Is a huge Yankees fan. So went to multiple Yankees games every year.
Maybe it's the passion.
Yeah. So I was always sitting down watching it. And there's huge Giants. Okay, I remember like really becoming a Giants fan. Probably 2006, like the year before the Super Bowl, when I was starting to do a little bit better.
Yeah.
So I think once I started to do well, I became a Giants fan.
Yeah.
Like I was always a Giants fan,
but
yes, and then I became like.
I think that was
Giants fan.
I think that was like an awakening for Philadelphia, or like the Southeast Pennsylvania as a whole, when the Eagles won the Super Bowl. I think before that, like, people liked the Eagles, but like there wasn't a whole lot to get super excited about. And then, or at least when I was growing up, when I was a kid,
I
it
feel
felt
like
that way.
I grew up in this era as a Giants fan too, so
People were mean to you about it.
Well, there just wasn't the camaraderie that like the Eagles fans have around here. So I've always noticed Eagles have a big following.
Yeah, they've had a big. It's a deep following. It's especially if you're from here, it's a deep following. But when they started being good and when they won the Super Bowl in 2017, there was a cultural shift. People were like proud to be from this area.
Yeah, no, I think there's been the most bleeding green.
Yeah,
since I know, since 2017 for sure.
Yeah,
there are Eagles fans now.
Now it's like now everyone's mom's an Eagles fan.
Yeah, but also I don't know. I grew up again around all Eagles fans, so it was like that Super Bowl in 2004 or something was big, and then when
I was a kid, I was a baby,
and then it was like the Giants were good when the Eagles weren't so good, so it was like we were playing against like Deshaun Jackson, things like that, like killing us at times. So I was kind of hated him.
You got it. No, which I'm surprised you don't hate him more. Like I
hate the Cowboys more.
Okay, yeah, my buddy who I've told you about, he grew up also being a Giants fan in a greatly Eagles area, and he, I think they were just mean to him about it. I think they were just really mean to him about being a Giants fan, and it's created this like, I hope the Eagles all get in a plane and explode.
See, dude, you would think I'd be have more hatred towards the Eagles because of
where you grew up.
The Eagles chants I hear when I tell them I'm a Giants fan. I hear it to this day. People will chant it.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
It's great. It's a good thing.
All right, so let's get into it. Benadryl.
Yeah.
Where did you hear about this?
This is an important topic. Well, so...
Dude, you look like Kim Possible, by the way.
Oh, yeah, I kind of do.
You know Kim Possible, dude?
I should have wore the belt. Yeah, the little utility belt.
Oh, yeah, dude, yeah.
A lot of Kim... I don't know if you were out on Halloween this year. I saw a lot of KPs.
You saw a lot of Kim Possibles?
Yes, and She Goes. And,
here, talk into this.
Yeah, some She Goes and some Raw Unstoppables.
What's a She? Oh, what does She Go?
She's the green one. The green girl.
She Go? Is that in Kim Possible?
Yeah, did you watch it much?
Is there like a resurgence of Kim Possible? Yeah, I did watch Kim Possible. But that was like my era.
It was my era too. When I was a kid, or I was a kid. You were probably.
Was I an adult? Was I watching it? You're like 22 years old.
It's a good show. It's a good show, but like I was, I was like, I've been into cartoons my whole life.
Oh, you're an animator.
Yes, yeah, and so that's always been important to me. But on the topic of Benadryl, I heard about that from a subreddit called r/DPH, which is short for the drug name for Benadryl, which is like something.
Oh, diphenhydramine.
Something like that.
That's what it is, diphenhydramine or something. Yeah.
Diphenhydramine.
So what? Oh, you were on like Reddit, you're saying?
Yeah, I went on the subreddit for it, and
people were telling you to take it.
No, they were saying they were talking about their experiences, and it's very popular in young people. Like when I say young, I mean like middle school, high school, teens, because it's easy to get to. You can just go into your parents' drug cabinet and find any Benadryl. I took too much Benadryl one time. I took it said children's Benadryl, and so I assumed I should just take double what a child would take, and I took just double the dose, and I started hearing voices, and I didn't know Benadryl did that. I didn't know Benadryl made you hear voices, but it makes you do a lot more. It makes you see bugs. It makes you see bugs on your skin.
So
did you see bugs?
I don't remember bugs.
No bugs.
No, I went to military school. And in military school, you get drug tested for everything. Mm-hmm. So a lot of the kids there were taking Robitussin, stuff like that. Like, I mean,
that's cool.
Like, that's cool. Too. No, but I mean, it was like very common for us to be taking, drinking half a bottle of Robitussin or Delsum or any of that stuff.
Yeah.
Then after that, I was still getting drug tested, and I took, Benadryl comes across and like, you can take a bunch of these. So I took, I think this was like honestly like the second or third time I'd done it, but this time I just took it the most. I took 30 of them. So I took 30 Benadryls. I either like popped them all out or I opened the bottle. But
I feel like you just I figured you'd buy them.
No joke. I like have a vivid. It's weird. You know, there's certain memories you have in your life. Like, why do I remember this one so much?
Screenshot, snapshot, right there. Yeah,
dude, I'm just swig like 10 swig, 10 swig, 10 swig.
Get it ready.
And oh yeah, dude, I'm not gonna pop through one, pop through two.
What was I lost my count. Somebody tell.
Oh shit!
I lost my count.
How many did you take? I don't know, between 14 and 32. I'll
take another 20 just to be safe.
Yeah. How many are empty? No, they remind me of like the Good and Plenty's, those shitty licorice candies. Mm-hmm. That's what I remember taking them. These look like Good and Plenty's. I hate Good and Plenty's, dude.
I fucking hate Good and Plenty's.
Dude, I took them, and I was living in this house, and there was a few other guys in the house, and I remember it like hits me, and dude, I step out of bed because I take them out now. I'm trying to be like secretive about it, and I'm like, oh my god, I need some water or something, and I try to like make my way to the bathroom, and the bathroom's like right next to my bedroom, and I like have to go down to the ground now.
Yeah.
And now I'm like, oh my god, I can't really even stand up. And I remember like reaching for the bathroom door, opening the bathroom door, and the whole back wall was now the ocean. It was the ocean.
When you say that, how
the most vivid, like there was the toilet, there was a sink, the toilet, and then the back wall was the ocean.
But now you knew in your brain though that's not the ocean. So you were seeing. How were you like? Because I've taken shrooms before. But like that's it was the most vivid. It was the most visual trip I've ever had in my life.
Yeah,
I'm sure you've done a lot of things that give you visuals. That was the most
visual I've ever had in my life.
You saw an ocean.
Oh no, the whole back wall
was an ocean,
but it didn't scare me. It's not like, oh my god. Why?
Well, did you know it was the back wall? Or did you know it was the back wall?
I opened the door and I see a sink, a toilet, shower, and the ocean, dude.
Yeah, but were you like, no, my back wall's still there?
No, I didn't even think about it. I don't remember thinking like,
did you try to go into it?
Where's the wall? No, I didn't try to go into it.
That's fair.
No, I just remember trying to stand myself up, looking in the mirror, and I thought I was in there for maybe 3 to 5 minutes, and I was in there for an hour and a half.
Oh yeah,
staring at myself in the mirror.
That's what happens.
And wow. Then I come out of that, and your like depth perception is so off.
Yeah.
Because I remember getting to my door, which again was right next to the bathroom, probably 3 feet of wall between the bathroom and my room. And I reach for the door handle, and my hand just goes right through it. I go, ooh.
I'm a ghost.
Ooh. And no, that was my first thought. I just went, huh. And it clicks me. I can walk through doors. So, and I just go, boom, hit the fucking door, dude. Roommate wakes up. He's like, what are you doing, dude? And I just get to my hands and knees, and I just crawl to my bed because I'm terrified of what's going to happen next. I don't know. I'm thinking walking through walls. And I get up to get in my bed. I miss it. Yeah. And I just fall right to the ground and realize, okay, the bed's farther away than I thought. Then I sit in bed or lay in bed, and I look up, and it looks like, you know, when they, in Pocahontas, they like throw the stuff into the fire.
Yeah.
And it like stuff comes out like during the Colors of the Wind song, and it's like the deer coming out.
Yeah.
It's all I saw.
Brother Bear.
I laid down, and it was just whoosh.
Yeah.
Just all of that until I fell asleep.
That's fun though.
Yeah,
that's a good trip. A lot of people talk about like they feel bugs under their skin. And
so I got that when I would take too much Robitussin.
Really?
Now this is when I'm like 18 years old.
Yeah. I guess that's the age when you do drugs like that.
Yeah.
Because they're easy to get. But yeah, no. I mean, I have you heard of the Hat Man?
No, who's a Hat Man?
It's one of those things where it's like every user of Benadryl, if they take too much of it, reports they see a figure, usually in their peripheries. And the more they take, the easier it is to actually focus on them. Because like, it's one of those things that you try to focus on, and he like goes away, he disappears. And it's a dude in a hat. It's just a black silhouette of a dude.
It sounds like Slender Man or something.
It's like a Slender Man with a hat. But that's why they call him the Hat Man, because he's got a hat on.
I don't think I ever met Hat Man.
You never met the Hat Man?
No, is he?
I don't know. I don't know if he's like malicious, or if he's like a nice guy, or if he's just maybe looking after you. Maybe he's looking after you. Maybe he's like, don't do Benadryl anymore.
That's like the machine elves when people do DMT.
Yeah, they talk about the machine elves.
So Benadryl's got the Hat Man. DMT's got the Machine Elves. Meth has the Shadow People.
Yeah, heroin's got the Purple Dragon.
No, you chase the Purple Dragon.
I know, but
that's a metaphor for.
I know it's a metaphor. I'm just
for trying to get this. The first time you got high, you're trying to chase that first time.
No, I know, I get it, but like, what if there was
a purple dragon?
Yeah.
Oh man.
I guess it's a little sad to find out that it's not actually a purple dragon you see when you do heroin.
You're like, why are you doing drugs? I'm trying to chase the purple dragon.
I've never seen the purple dragon. Clearly, I'm not very good at this.
No.
I'm not good at heroin.
No, I don't know.
Yeah, but
so why were you down this?
I don't know. I just was I guess I heard about people abusing it, and then you see the subreddit and you see it's mostly occupied by like 14-year-olds, and you're like, that's sad. And then you learn about what can happen to you. Like if you take too much Benadryl, especially when your brain isn't fully formed, you're making yourself stupid. Like your brain won't work anymore. You'll have short-term memory loss. Your liver will start to fail.
Oh, from taking too much Benadryl?
Yeah, it's really bad for you. And you'll see the Hat Man. You don't want to see the Hat Man.
I don't understand. Like, what is it? I don't.
It's bad
this
for
is
you.
going to sound so stupid if I say what I'm about to say, but
it's okay.
I just don't understand why ibuprofen or Tylenol makes your stomach bleed. Why Benadryl kills your fucking liver. I don't. That's biology of that.
I'm sure it's one of those things where too much of anything's toxic. I bet if you ate enough salt, it'd probably mess you up. You know.
I think so.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I don't know the chemical makeup of me.
That's what I'm just saying. I think if you take too much of anything or do it too much, it probably starts to wither you down. It's probably like things that are better
we just
for you.
are machines, I think, right?
Like this isn't good for me.
Yeah, but like why, dude?
Yeah, what the hell?
It's not good for me. I don't do it because I can't.
No, it's fair.
I know why it's not good for me,
Yeah.
but it's usually the actions that I do during it.
That's fair.
Not so much of like the actions that it does to me.
Yeah.
Well, that too.
You see, when I do too much of this, I just take my shirt off and roll around the bathroom floor for a while until I feel better.
And I just poop in the woods.
And then I poop in the woods after. That's when I'm sober.
You storm
when
out
I'm
of the
sobered
house,
up. When I'm
dude.
sobered up, I can poop in the woods.
You storm out. I'll go and poop in the woods.
I'm pooping in the woods. I gotta fucking like that's the neighbors. You can't poop right in their bush. That's not the woods.
All right, so you're an animator.
Yeah, I draw. I went to school for animation.
Okay, go. I was gonna say,
yeah.
you ever do drugs on it while animating?
I've done drugs while drawing, never animating. It's a little technical.
Wait, what's the difference between drawing and animating?
Animating is a little bit more. It's more technical. Like you got to make the things move now. So it's going to be multiple pictures. Yeah, sure. And
so drawing's just.
Do you know like 2D animate, like the process, kind of what it is at its core?
No, explain it.
All right. So like, you can take like a Disney movie. It's a picture. So it's a series of pictures in the same way that a film is. You know how a video camera works, or at least like a traditional film camera is. You would have light exposures onto pieces of pictures. So it's just a bunch of pictures in sequence, and when you play those pictures in sequence, it looks like movement. It looks like a movie. That's how you create movies, and that's the same with animation.
Is that what they call movies?
So yeah, I guess because they move.
Because they move,
yeah. But it's like same with animation, but you draw it. You're just drawing those film stills instead, and you're just playing them in sequence. And so, learning animation and studying it is learning how do I effectively communicate movement and feeling and realistically and make people believe it and look good. And it's a relatively new art form. It's only existed probably for about the past century in how we understand it.
Well, I mean, I guess you would have had to have.
It's hard. It's a lot.
Video to do it, right?
Yeah, exactly. That's one thing. You need to be able to take pictures at the very least. You need to at least be able to take pictures. And then from there, you just line these stills up in a row in a film reel and you play them. But a flip book,
I guess that would be the very first animation, dude. If you put you draw 100 different characters kind of jumping and then moving and dancing, you just flip it through.
Yep.
That's probably very first.
That's exactly what it is. That's all it actually is you're looking at a picture, but the picture is changing really quickly. So when you put those pictures together, you just go, oh, it looks like one continuous movement. And that's when you look at a cartoon or a Disney movie or whatever, you're watching that exact thing happen just really quickly. You're watching it at 24 frames per second. And generally, those drawings, the rule of thumb is they'll generally be at 2 exposures. So it's really 12 drawings per second usually. So in 1 second, more or less, you will have seen 12 drawings when you're every second of animation you're watching. So like a Disney movie specifically. And then like, that takes a lot of time. So TV cartoons, they cut a lot of corners and they make things work and they try to make it faster because you can't expect someone to draw that many drawings for what's going to maybe be like 23 minutes of runtime and stuff. So there's a lot that goes into it. That's why it's when you take drugs, it's not so easy to do.
That makes sense.
But drawing, you can do. That's great. That is great when you do drugs. Yeah. But I used to do shrooms in college a lot more, and those are pretty cool.
Well, animating, they're just pretty cool.
In general, they're pretty interesting. I think anyone who's taken them is probably like, these are pretty cool.
Yeah, see, when I used to do shrooms, I used to do them a lot, and it was it's weird. Like, I feel like if I would do them now, which I won't because I can't, but if I were to do them now, I think I'd have a way different perspective. Where, like, if I do them now, I'd be like, I want to just sit and do them. Where before, like, especially when I was doing them a bunch, when I was doing them, a couple of years ago or whatever, it was like, it was mainly just take them and I'd get on a skateboard or I'd get on a bike and I would just go through the beaches.
Would you have like new thoughts? Would your brain create new like neural pathways to think? Like, when you meditate for a little bit, you ever just like sit in silence for 10 minutes and problems that you have in your life?
I used to do it a lot more, but yeah, maybe I should do it now they're saying that. Actually, yeah.
Right. But like, not even on shrooms, but like when you're just meditating, you start to like, you're like, oh damn, I've never approached it this way. I never knew I could do it that way. And you come up with like an idea you never would have come up just like actively trying to think of a solution.
I think it's what everyone like. I think there's a lot of people who take shrooms who want that outcome. Like, oh, I want to take this to problem solve right now.
Yeah.
I guess when I was doing shrooms last time, I guess it was like 3-4 years ago. I think that's what I was trying. I was trying to problem solve my way out of a bad situation with the wrong tool.
Fair. Because if you're in a bad situation, I bet it probably exacerbates it a little bit. Maybe it probably makes you feel a little bit more like in the bad. I don't know what happened to you. Why was it bad? Why do you think it was the wrong tool?
I was trying to use it to not do other drugs.
Oh, but they talk about that though. People say like if you have really bad addiction, I know they've said shrooms have been used to some effect. I guess.
I was trying to have like a spiritual experience.
You were trying to get the fear of God in you, a little bit.
I don't know, dude. I think it was an excuse. I think I was trying to use it as an excuse just so I could do shrooms.
Fair enough. Okay, you see, so that's actually what was at its core.
Now that's what I was looking at. Like, yeah, like while I was doing it, I remember.
Yeah, I'm trying to do therapy. No.
I remember telling my ex at the time, I was like, I'm just gonna do some shrooms to get off of this stuff, and I ended up buying an ounce.
Yeah, cool, cool.
Like
How much of that did you do?
All of it. I bought another ounce. I bought 2. I ended up doing it and buying another one.
Okay, wow.
And then I did more drugs. I didn't even stop doing what I was supposed to be doing. And then I just found out that they were great while I was doing the other drug too. Whoa. So then I was just doing I was just doing both of them.
You did a whole ounce, like just
over the course of probably.
How much did you do, like in one go?
I mean, I was sharing a good amount too.
That's true. But how would you get like a handful shrooms. and just throw it back, like a few stems, No,
I was a big half grammer to a gram.
That's good. Yeah, I
was 0.5 to 1. I didn't like taking. I was not. I've done the 1/8 at a time, but I just.
You don't want to go out of control.
No, I like being in control while I like to use them as like a heavy antidepressant.
They feel great. Like, you feel light.
Yeah. Like, you feel like
I did like 50, I normally like in one set generally feel like I can't do 50 good push-ups, but the first time I did shrooms.
Do you know why you were able to do more than 50?
It's because it's all up here.
Oh, dude, it might be.
I don't know. What were you gonna say? I thought that's what you were gonna say.
That I became superhuman.
No, wait. What do you mean? You can do more than 50, is what you're saying.
At once? Yeah. I probably could.
You could.
I might be able to.
I probably could too, but it would suck.
Yeah.
But I probably could.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't know. I loved sharing them. So like that, those couple ounces that I had, I think probably 2-3 months it took me to get those in there. But I would just keep them in a peanut butter jar in the freezer.
Sweet. And
then take them out and I would just take them. But I loved sharing them.
Yeah.
It was I would keep them in my pocket with me while I was on them. I would like pass by a friend and be like, "Yo, you want some shrooms?"
Yes. Dude.
I loved sharing the shroom experience with people.
It's a great experience,
especially if they were really good. I'd be like, "Hey."
It's got to be the right person, like for sure. Because
sometimes I just like no joke, pass by a buddy.
Huh.
Oh, I give them strangers for sure.
Yeah.
But I remember just giving them skating on. I didn't even have to do it with me. Like most of the time, I want them to do it with me, right? I'd sit there for the fucking 45 minutes for them to kick in while I'm already tripping, dude.
Yeah.
And then
my belly feels funny.
Dude, it's watching them go through the first 30 minutes of shrooms.
I hate the first 30 minutes.
Oh, it's my favorite part.
Oh,
it's the giggliest part.
Oh, no, when your belly starts feeling funny.
I never got the belly part.
Oh, I get the belly stuff, dude. I hate the belly. It's only for like the first 30 minutes, but you're like, you're like, ooh, but then once you're through it, you're like, oh.
Oh, I just laugh for 30, 45 minutes.
Things are good now.
Yeah.
Things are different now.
But it took me, I remember realizing that, like, I was like, oh man, these are not helping me out. So I almost felt like I almost apologized to the shrooms. I was like, I'm sorry I abused you.
I used you wrong.
I did. It was, oops.
I mean, every time I've done them, it's never, actually there was one time in college where like I woke up at like 9 a.m. My girlfriend got shrooms from her dad, which is just funny.
Yeah.
It's sort of like like gummies or whatever, like, which I guess they're illegal. I don't know how they got them, but like she was like, oh, I'm gonna microdose because I'm feeling kind of like sad or whatever. Am I supposed to talk about this on here? Is this all right? I guess it's been years, right?
Oh, is your ex?
No, current.
Oh, I don't know, dude. You tell me, dude.
I don't know if it's like bad. I don't know if it's like allowed on YouTube or whatever. Though.
Oh, yeah, I think it's all on YouTube.
Oh, that's cool. All right, but like, it's like we were trying them out. We were like, and she wasn't actually interested in really them at all. I was more interested in them because I thought they were like, because I was listening to podcasts. I think a lot of people my age, they listen to a podcast and someone says, "Dude,
that's a problem."
Do shrooms? Yeah, you're like, all right.
No, I mean, cool. Sometimes I listen to, because I don't do anything, right? So I'll listen to stuff sometimes. And I'm like, oh man,
gets you hyped a little bit on them. You're like, ooh. I think we might fall under a same affliction where it's like if someone really talks up a substance.
Yeah.
It's not, and for me, it's not like hard drugs, but for me, it's just like things like you even talked about that methylene blue, and I was just like, bro.
I still have some. I almost took it again today.
I was like, I was very quick to be like, shoot you down on it. But I was also doing that because I'm like, I need to shoot myself down on this because it would not take a lot of convincing for me to be like, I should probably be on this too.
Yeah, but there's definitely, because I'll listen, like, even Rogan or things like that sometimes when they talk about it a bunch. And yeah, I don't need it. Because I quickly have to go to the, well, if I do them and I wake up the next day, I'm not going to, would it have been worth it? Yeah, I've done them enough in my life. Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, I've done so much on that.
The come down's rough. Because
really?
you come from such a high up that I really do feel like your dopamine's like so sapped out of you by the time you're coming.
You think so from those?
From shrooms?
Oh, I feel like I never really had to come down. I don't
know.
I feel like
I had to come down most recently. I did them on the 4th of July, and it was great. It was great. I actually sat in a chair for like 3 hours, and I stared at trees. And I just like, I started seeing patterns in the trees, and I was like, wow, these are great. And I was also I was like, I think I was feeling anxious about certain things at the time, and I came out of that, and I think I might be a better feeling person pre-July and post, like pre that day and post that day. I think like I feel better overall because of that experience probably. And that was good that I did that. But all I can really remember from it was just seeing patterns and things. But something, I had some revelations, I think, that like got me out of some kind of funk I was having, which is great. But I was feeling so good during it that when I was coming down, nothing was making me smile. As a matter of fact, I think I just had like a frown. So you ever like feel so kind of nasty that you just have a frown on your face? You're like,
yeah, I do.
Yeah, I just had a frown.
And then you kind of catch yourself in the frown.
And I'm like, I don't want to. I'm like, I'm not that sad, but like, I can't stop frowning. Like, I can't. The frown is stuck on my face. I'm frowning because I was so happy that this is just. It's trying to level out. It's like it's forcing me to frown.
Oh, dude, if I catch myself in a frown, I wonder sometimes how long I've been in it.
Yeah.
Like, oh my God.
And then people are like, are you okay? And you're like, yeah, I'm fine. Why would I not be fine? Do I not look fine to you? Is it this frown on my face that I can't get rid of?
Dude.
I can't get rid of
Somebody
it.
get rid of it for me.
I don't know what to do. It's stuck. I don't know.
Make me smile.
I know I'm frowning. I'm fine.
Yeah, but then I have to like switch my brain to be like, if you're making yourself frown, you can make yourself not frown. Like, I'm not saying I have to make myself smile.
And you go,
Yes, I do that sometimes. I look in there like,
that's not a real smile. Like, that's a pain smile.
Yeah, that is a pain smile,
Like,
though, dude. Yeah, but or you know what works best? It's just a big, just a big deep breath. Sometimes you go, you know, because like that frown is tense. You know, it's like cemented to you for a second. You know, and you're like, and then just like a big exhale, inhale and exhale. It's like, or like a hum. You know what I mean? Like a
I meditated yesterday.
Yeah? How was it?
It was good. I did it for like 10 minutes.
Dude.
But I was feeling stressed. And I'm a stressed guy. I'm an anxious guy. I like things, like little things happen and I go, like I'm out of control. And then I have to, but like I've learned to start writing. I've started writing.
Like journaling?
I guess so. Usually the journal, I don't really know how you're supposed to do it. I just write. I try to like work through it like a math problem where I'm like, here's all of the elements that are bad. Here are possible solutions. What's the most likely? You try to do an equation
of like the things going on in your life.
Yeah, whatever it might be. If there's like a little like money, like, I feel like money's a big thing. I'm going through the early mid-20s of being like, I have to worry about money now, and I never had to before.
This is good that you're doing this.
I'm learning right now.
Dude, if you learn this now, it'll be really good later.
I'm really learning about money. I think everybody my age, if you're not living, if you're having to figure out money for the first time, that's really the thing. It's just if the amount of money that you bring in or have is like for the first time in your life affecting you, it's a wake up call. At least for me, it is. I never worried about money until now. Now I'm like, shit, dude. No wonder people care about this so much.
Yeah, this is why people get so stressed out.
Yeah. God damn. Money's, and now I'm like paying insurances and stuff. Paying car insurance. And
you start to realize how fast it goes.
Yeah, dude, every month.
You realize how expensive the world is.
Exactly. And I'm like, if I just like don't spend money on anything that I actually want to spend money on, I'll be okay.
You know, Pete Davidson was saying something recently, and he was saying that he got to a point where he had to just realize, like, am I going to be... And this had to do with fame, I think, but he's like, would I be happy if just everything went away? Like, all of his fame and stuff like that went away? Because I have to realize that with some things in my life, like, would I be happy if, just if I didn't have these material things that I'm seeking, you know? Because I think so many people struggle with that. Like, they're finding happiness, like, in that, new piece of clothing, because they care what people think, I think, do a lot.
Yeah. Dude, I'll be honest, actually. I bought some new clothing before Halloween because me and my girlfriend went to a club in Denver, and she was saying, well, you got to have something to wear for the club. And so I was like, all right, well, let me figure out what that means. So let me figure out what that looks like. And, so we went to a place and I bought like $200 worth of like clothes for it. Or just like to have too.
Did it make you feel better?
It did.
Oh, nice.
It felt good.
Sometimes, a lot of the times, girlfriends make you care about things that you never cared about before.
I kind of felt like maybe that was what was going on at first, but then I did it and I was like, whoa, I actually look pretty cool.
Oh, I mean, that can be anything in life. Someone introduces you to something and you're like...
I was actually like kind of mad about it. I'm like, how dare you? How dare you break up the sanctity of my brain and try to make me care about something that I feel like is frivolous.
I was fine looking like Kim Possible.
Yeah, I was fine. This is how I normally dress. This is how I normally dress.
Yeah.
And then she was like, no, you gotta, and then I like got like a tight t-shirt, like a tight black t-shirt, tight black, like,
slacks.
Like, they're like tight.
Chinos? Were we going to say chinos?
Maybe. I don't know what they were. I want to say chinos. I don't think they were chinos, though, now that I'm thinking about it.
We don't even know the name.
I don't know what a chino is.
Dude,
I know it's a pant. It's a khakis. I know it's kind of like a khaki.
dude, I don't know. Is it a brand?
These are
Is it a
khakis.
brand or is it a style?
These are khakis.
Yeah, those are khakis.
I think chinos are like different.
And those are your work shoes?
These are my work. I wear these everywhere.
Yeah, dude. Dude, those are A1 boots or whatever.
These are Doc Martens, but they're tactical.
Yeah, those are like I used to have to wear those at military school.
They're cool looking.
Yeah, I used to have to hike or run in those.
I want to kick a guy with these.
Oh, you could.
Yeah,
I think you're allowed to. No, I think when people see you wearing those, they have a fear of being kicked.
You think so?
Yeah.
Colin says I'm scary. One of our coworkers says I'm scary.
I'm not going to talk bad about Colin on here.
Yeah, no, I'm not. That's not talking bad about him. He says I'm scary sometimes.
You're scary?
Some people are scared of people. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm really scared of anybody. Now that I think
There's
about
nobody you fear? Fear how?
Oh no, you know what? No, because you fear what you don't understand. And I would be scared walking down Kensington and Allegheny. I'd be scared of.
Man,
I'd
so
be
you're
scared
afraid of the drug addicts?
I might be afraid of drug addict. An active drug addict. An active tweaker.
Well,
I think I'm scared of active tweakers.
Well, that's fair because like, you don't know how they're going to
You don't
react.
know dude, I walked by one who was standing next to a tree and he was mad at the tree.
Well, he might have had a point.
Maybe he had a point. I don't know. I wasn't there for the whole exchange, but he was mad at the But I was scared because I'm like, if this guy's mad at a tree,
Yeah.
I think I could do a lot more than a tree to upset. I'm gonna get away from this guy. I don't know. He might just see me weird and think he might just be mad at me. Someone made fun of me. Someone was mad at me for my hair.
Why?
I don't know. They said I don't trust people with hair like that. That's what they said to me. It was an older guy.
Wow, dude.
And it made me sad, and
So
I don't know what he
they just
meant.
don't understand your hair.
Maybe
Is that
that's
what
what
you're saying.
he just said. He didn't like me.
There's nobody you fear in this world?
Who do you fear? Or I feel like a tweaker. I fear tweakers.
All right, I fear like
I fear tweakers.
I fear someone that's gonna maybe make me feel small sometimes. Like I
Okay.
fear like someone who's gonna try to like. I think that there are the certain fears, right? There's a fear of being exposed, right? That's like there's like the fear chart. There's like what are the 3 fears that people fear? I think it's like fear of being exposed, fear of being judged, and
The fear of the unknown.
fear at the end. I think that's the third. That might be the third
Hey,
one.
that seems like a good one.
But
I feel like that's a big one. I feel like that's probably most fear.
see, the fear of being exposed one doesn't affect me as much as it used to, because I came to terms with a lot of the things that I used to allow to run my life, and they did for a while, and so I don't have the same fear. And sometimes it would be I feared some people because they would expose me, but now I just talk pretty freely about my past. And
Yeah.
now I do. Now it's like a
You
no, it is what it is.
Eminem 8 Miled yourself.
Is that what he did?
Well, no, in 8 Mile, he when he wins the rap battle, he says all of the things that the guy would have said about him.
Oh,
He's like, oh, everything you're gonna say about me in your diss, I'm gonna say it first, and then I'm gonna diss you. Now you can't even say any of the things I said, and I've dissed you, and now I've won by default.
if I also just try to be a good person, then I feel like no matter what kind of mud you kind of throw at me, it's going to roll off a little bit more. Like I'm not as sticky anymore, you know, because I'm like, yeah, that's I've done that, yeah, but you know, I'll just keep moving forward.
I probably definitely am afraid of. I can't think of like specific people I'm afraid of, but like I'm afraid. All right, tweakers is like the big thing. I don't know why. That's the first one that pops up.
No,
I'm
they're
like, dude,
unpredictable, man. I've come across a lot.
They're scary.
They are unpredictable. You don't know what kind of psychosis they might be
Yeah,
in.
dude, they're going through it, and you see like how they move.
Oh, sporadic.
They're so sporadic. They move at different rates. Sometimes they're the slowest person you've ever seen, and sometimes they can clear like 50 yards in like 2 seconds. It feels horrifying. They can teleport. And
Yeah, they're fast. Dude, I've been one. Dude, it's crazy.
yeah. So yeah, if you've been one, and I've seen them, what's it like when you're in that state of like?
Oh, dude, I honestly
zonked out.
I would fear myself a lot. No, like so this fear that you have, I guess I kind of had that fear too because I would almost like fear myself a little bit.
Like, holy shit, I wouldn't blame someone for being scared of me
Yes,
right now.
absolutely. So I would stay away from people as much as possible.
Mm-hmm.
Dead serious, because I was so embarrassed of what I might do.
Yeah.
Because I had done that. Because there's a weird state, like so. This is a legitimate fear, by the way. Because there's a weird state you get in when you're on stuff like that you 100% think whatever you are doing is real and it is validated in your mind. And then maybe 15, 20 minutes later, you kind of snap back out for a second and you're like, wait, what was I doing?
it's so great that you have such a sober mind about it. I'm sure a lot of people don't get that luxury of
What, to come out of it?
to come out of it, because when you talk to these people who are in such crazy psychosis, you feel like, damn, they believe what they're saying.
Oh, it's such a delusional state.
Yeah.
It's like I mean, that's what we actually call it, but it is called the state of delusion, where you go into it and you're like, wait, like, dude, I have crazy stories of going into places that I don't know if I should tell this story. Going into places that I should not have been in. All right, I'll just tell you one. I walked in, I don't know how I should tell this story, dude, to make it not sound so crazy.
I'm not going to think you're crazy.
I know, but
yeah,
all right, one time I was trying to get clean again. This was years ago. I was trying to get clean again, and I was good for like, I think just shy 90 days, and then picked up, and then went on this like 6-day tear, meaning I don't sleep for 6 days. What I do is, that's a legitimate, you're awake for 150 hours.
Yeah.
So now you're in this like wild place, and I'm going to meet someone, and they were in like a hotel or something, and they were. I'm just gonna tell how it was. I'm not gonna try to sugarcoat it. That's where they were supposed to be.
Yep.
And I pull up to the building, and I park like kind of right by the front door, and I go up to it, and there's like nobody inside. There's no one at the front desk. I can see where the front desk is. There's no one there. And I try to open the door. It's locked. And I go, oh, man, like, what the hell? Like, I'm texting this person. They're like, no, it's room like 232 or something like that.
Yeah.
And I go, oh, maybe. And I see a door on the other side. I go, oh, maybe that door's open. So I walk around the building. I have like a bag with me. I have a bag full of snacks. I have like, I remember having like a water, a Diet Pepsi, like 12 packs of everything too, by the way.
Yeah, yeah.
And all these snacks, like I'm hyped, you know. And I walk around to the other side. And that door's locked too. And I'm like, huh. That's really weird. So then I walk back to where I was, where my car is, at that front door, and this man opens the door for me.
Yeah.
And I go, thanks, man. Appreciate you opening the door. I open the door. Well, he opens the door. I go in, and I don't look behind me or anything to see where he goes. And then I walk in, and there's still nobody else in this hotel. And I'm like, this is really strange. So I click the elevator button. It works. It brings me up to the second floor. I open the door, or the elevator door opens, and I look out, and all of a sudden, all the doorknobs start flying off the doorknobs. It just slowly, like, coming off the doorknobs. And it looks, and there's, like, I guess it was maybe, like, an office right up here or something. And there's, like, the blinds start opening. Not like normally, like they start like folding like this, like up and down. I'm like, oh, and I'm like, this is strange, but like I'm in this state at the moment, not sleeping for days. This was maybe halfway through the 6 days, and I like turn the corner and I go to the door, and that door is there. The door that they tell me to go to is actually in this building. Good. So no, bad, dude, but yes, good.
Yeah, all right. Hey.
But I knock on that door and like no one's there. And I'm just like, and then it hits me. And so I'm maybe, 20, 25 minutes for my car to try and open these doors into here. And it just hits me. I go, what am I doing? What am I doing in here? And I walk, to the elevator to go back down. And I just like, I got to get out of here. But I'm still like not in like a fear mentality. Like I feel like fear should have hit me at this point. Like I got to get the fuck out of here. And I go back down the elevator, walk out the door, and when that guy first opened the door for me, I remember when it first closed behind me, I looked behind, he wasn't there. So I was like, oh, that was weird. Because when I went back downstairs, again, I saw absolutely not a single person in that hotel that I was in. And I go out the door and back up to my car. I just like shuffle out there. I'm like, hey, get the hell out of here. And that door closes, and I like turn around just to check it, see, and it's locked again. And I was like, the hell?
What just
And
happened?
dude, I get in my car and I sit there and I just look up the hotel, like where am I at? I think it was called like the Prudential or something. That name comes to mind every time I think about the story. And and it's like haunted hotel, abandoned hotel in Jacksonville. And I just start crying, dude. And
that would fuck me up,
dude.
Oh god.
And I get in my car and I drive over to another parking lot just to get away from this place. And then my brain, I'm already days into this on some stuff I shouldn't be on.
Yeah,
Dude, I start seeing all kinds of visuals start coming to. That's truly, if you like, scratch Benadryl as the worst, as the most visuals ever.
What were you on during this?
Crystal meth.
Okay, yeah. So you were up, yeah. So you were off this.
Bro, that's truly the biggest visuals you'll ever see. Is meth. Once by day 3.
Yeah.
Because you're just
day 3 of not only sleep deprived. Yeah.
Sleep deprivation is by far the craziest visuals because they're the craziest. Like, so if I'm sitting on Benadryl, like, you see the stuff going, you're like, oh, whatever the fuck that is. Like this, I'm interacting with these things that aren't there. Like when I was on it, so I'm sitting in this parking lot, the parking lot next door to it, and I'm just like looking around, and it looked like the Dumbo ride from Disney was being built in front of me in the same parking lot. And I remember like clicking back into it, like stopped crying, like clicking back into it and going, huh, Carnival's in town. And dude, just like snapped out of like, oh, this is why didn't I see this? Why didn't anyone tell me about this? Dude, and then, but I'm looking in my rear view mirrors and all these side view mirrors and all that, and there's people all behind me and this stuff. And now I'm like, oh shit, there's people outside my car. So now I'm trying to like get out of my car and interact with these people.
Yeah,
not there.
God,
I think there's just one guy over in the like near the bushes that turns out to be something way different. It was like a trash can or something. But yeah. I'm trying to communicate with him, trying to hand him a LaCroix.
Crazy.
I had LaCroix water in my hand. And then I get back in the car and like it just hits me again. I'm like, oh my God. And I break down again, just crying, being like, oh my God. And you can't get out of it because you're stuck in it. Like that's one thing about taking that stuff is you're awake and there's no going to sleep for however long.
I know a lot of like truck drivers and construction people do it or whatever.
Yeah.
Oh,
it's so prominent now, dude.
Yeah.
It's everywhere.
Oh God.
Yeah, so
that's crazy.
So fear of a tweaker is yeah.
They just believe in shit.
That's well, they're in like a different realm. There's a guy I just saw. He's writing this book, and it's called. Oh my gosh, I should have saved it because it was really wild for him to write this book. It has to do with the devil you meet on meth, and his whole thing, and he's like promoting this book about how he can help people, and he's like only 2% of the population who's ever done meth will succeed, and I can see why. But like he believes that anyone who's done this drug, it's the devil's drug. I used to tell people for a while. I was saying this for years. I mean, up until I saw this like a couple of days ago, I was telling people this for years. Like this, it is the devil's drug. You go into a spirit realm when you're on that stuff, and it's not a good spirit realm. Oh, I have crazier stories. Like that one was just like odd because I walked into a building and all this, but there's other spirit ones that I mean, I'm talking 15-foot mechanical monsters.
Dude, you lived in a dream.
Oh, dude, following people on motors, like demons on motorcycles, just drive like around. People just driving in my car with me that weren't there. Oh, it was so wild. So crazy.
You see, that's a part of like the human psyche that you see out in the wild that I don't think a lot of people understand. I didn't even know I was interested in that like mindset until now. Like I'm so interested.
You want to do that?
No, I'm just curious about how people can even. It's just so different than probably the baseline level of like how most people operate or sober. Like how if you're sober you operate, you know, or if you're not in crystal meth you operate. Because, like if you're on crystal meth you operate at a different frequency, and it's just an interesting one. It's like. It's not good, but it's interesting. Like it's different.
Oh, I'm operating.
You're operating. They operate.
Bro, but like it's I don't. They operating operate.
They're operating.
Trust me. It was like I was running on zero fuel, but running fast. It's like, it's pretty wild because you are just moving. Like it's like when I tell my story sometimes, like rehabs or stuff like that, I tell people, I would take it and be like, it's the one drug that I would do and go, I have no idea where I'm going to be in 3 days. No idea. An absolute, Like no, there was one run that I had that lasted around like 6 or 7 days too, and I would I remember I got on 4 different. I wound up on 4 different airplanes in 4 different states.
How?
Dude, I don't know how I kept getting on planes.
How did you keep getting on planes?
Dude, I did. I just kept getting on.
You
them.
kept getting on
I
planes.
kept getting on planes. No joke. I wound up in Florida, New York, New Jersey, and then Pennsylvania, all on different planes.
Where did you end up when you came to?
Here.
Here. You
Yeah,
came back
I
here.
came back here. And
Nice.
when I went to go get my car, I had parked it in a valet parking lot. And I had no idea I did that. Because when I went to go get it, I don't know how I got into it.
Take it.
Dude, there's things that I got into that I was like, how did I even get in here? Because I remember getting in there and going to find my car. And I was like, where the hell did I park? And I parked right next to the front door of the Philadelphia airport. For 6 days, my car sat there.
That's crazy. I didn't know it.
In a valet parking lot. So, like, they would have had to, like, open the gate or let me in or something. Because when I tried to get out, they're like, dude, this is a valet parking lot. Like, you pedestrians don't come in here and get their own cars. Like, we have to take the cars out of here. And I remember I had $400 in my pocket.
Yeah.
And I was like, you got to let me out of this parking lot. And I gave the guy $40, I think. It was like, just let me out of the parking lot, dude.
Yeah.
And this was like, yeah, probably a Monday after starting doing stuff on a Tuesday. So
Yeah.
this was like, just get me out of here, dude. And yeah, that was weird. But I remember being on the plane back to Philly, and I was just like, I looked so bad that I remember just whoever sat next to me, I'm so sorry to them.
Yeah.
Because talking about being scared of a tweaker,
Yeah.
I was terrified of myself.
Yeah.
No, I just kept my head down
Yeah.
for 2. It was I remember when I got back to Philly, I had come from Florida at that point.
Yeah.
I was trying to go to a job interview. That was my
In Florida or Philly?
in Florida.
Yeah.
That was my point of going on an airplane in Florida
Just get a
to
job.
go to a job interview.
What was the job?
I didn't go to it.
Yeah, but what would it have been?
To take a higher position of the job that I had prior,
What was that?
selling land.
Okay. Sweet.
Yeah, selling land. Yeah,
Selling land.
across the U.S.
Damn.
Yeah, I would get on airplanes and sell land across the U.S. I'd fly around. So it was wild, dude. But I remember calling the guy when I got there, and I don't know if he knew what was up, but he's like, yeah, maybe it's not a good day you come in. And I was just like, okay. And it wasn't. I would have obviously not gotten the job.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and then I got back on a plane after figuring that I wasn't going to that interview. So
That's crazy, though. Man. Well, hey, man.
yeah.
It's a good thing not doing that anymore.
Yeah. Thank God. Yeah. Like I
Yeah.
need to remember those times so I don't
Yeah.
go back to them.
Yeah, exactly. Absolutely. No, because it always ends in trouble. But my God. Well, besides that though, beyond the topic of drugs, have you? I remember when I first met you, you mentioned to me that you were into art at some point. That you did some painting and stuff like that.
I built a couple portfolios for Temple Tyler.
Okay.
Yeah. So in high school, my art teacher actually still comes into the tavern. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Her family comes in a bunch.
Yeah, I may have seen her then.
Yeah, I
probably
mean,
have.
she's in there. I mean, I could introduce you to her. She was one of my favorite teachers I'll ever have in my entire life.
Yeah. So you had a good art teacher.
She was the best.
Yeah.
I always had great art teachers.
Yeah, I didn't always. It actually took until later in high school until I had one that I went, oh, this guy,
Oh,
he's
really?
good. Yeah.
I remember my art teacher, who all my siblings had her. Her name was Mrs. Campbell. She was our art teacher in grade school.
Okay. Yeah.
And she, fantastic. She was artsy, like an artsy person.
She
Like,
cares.
Yeah, and also dressed in like the artsy clothes,
fun
like
ways,
yeah, always kind of a little goofy. But then high school, my art teacher was great. He really taught me oil,
Yep.
and that's when and charcoal. I think one of my charcoal drawings is my very first charcoal drawing. That's actually like sophomore year of high school. I did that. First time I ever put charcoal to paper.
Yeah.
And then I found oil, and he taught me oil, and he was like, really introduced me to like, this is how you can do it. And I have an oil painting upstairs, I think. But then I met Mrs. Havrilla, and she was like, you can do this. You're good. And I was like, all right. And then I built a couple for her. So it was mainly it was drawing, oil, and charcoal.
Yeah.
Were my main mediums.
Yep.
So medians.
Yep.
And and then I didn't do it.
Yeah, but the fact that you liked it at some point, it's probably still in there. Have you ever considered just like doing it as like a little side hobby ever?
Yeah, but I just don't.
Yeah. Yeah, it's tough to get back into it, but like once you do, I feel like you're like, oh man,
You know,
it sucks you in.
I think the thing is, I know that it's not one of those things you can just step back into and just.
It won't be good.
And just paint a Mona Lisa. You know, you got to step back in. You got to give it some practice. And do I feel like sitting down and giving it that practice is really why I haven't done it.
Fair.
You know what I mean? Like, I'm not just going to go out and paint this right away.
No.
This is actually one of my paintings.
Is it?
No, it's not, dude. It's not.
If you said, I'm like, yeah, that's pretty great.
I don't do acrylic. I think it's acrylic.
Acrylic's hard.
I don't like acrylic. I hate it.
Yeah, I didn't like it either because it dries too fast. But when you discover gel medium, you introduce that to the acrylic, it doesn't dry as fast. That's the secret.
Oil because it was so forgiving, and I could just use some turpentine, wipe it off.
Exactly, you could reactivate it whenever you want, and yeah.
Exactly.
And charcoal is really fun too, especially if you use the right canvas for it, because you can also just wipe it off, but it's just so soft and gestural.
Yeah,
you can just really like the way it feels is so good, especially when you have it on a big piece of
oil.
No, I'm saying for a charcoal. It's
charcoal's so nice.
It's it's just so smooth and like just gestural, like I did one of my favorite classes I did in college was a life drawing class, which is like where you get the naked models, which is pretty cool. And
in high school?
No, in college.
Oh, you get actual naked models?
Yeah, and they would come in every class, and they would just in front of the they'd pose, they do hit like a nice pose in front of us and hold it for like 5 minutes or not even. They you would start by just just as quickly as like they give like 15 seconds go. You're like and then they change poses after that 15 seconds, and you quickly wipe off whatever you got on the piece of paper and try to draw like the next one as quickly as possible within those seconds, and just try to like get the gesture, try to get the feeling, try to get the shapes. The general shapes of what they are.
Would you hyper focus on one shape, or would you try to get the whole thing in?
That's part of the exercise, and I think that's one of the when you're new to it, you have a tendency to be like, I need to get the face correct, or I need to get their arms good, or their hands good, or whatever. It's like no, you need to get the gesture first. Like there's a line of they call it the line of action, and it starts from your head, and it's kind of interpretive. You usually just go to the bottom of wherever your body is. But this line, you'll be able to see it in how people stand. There's a natural kind of balance that people get. Sometimes it's like a jagged thing. Sometimes it's like a zigzag. Sometimes it's this way and whatever. Their head's right here. And you're just trying to get it down as quickly as you can, and you're just trying to get the general shapes. And I like drawing faces. I love how trying to get, because it's hard. Faces are tough, and I also love hands.
Hands are mine.
Yeah, I love hands. I love hands too. I love drawing hands.
Because it was hard.
It's hard.
My first art teacher, not my first, the one who taught me oil taught me hands. Mm-hmm. And
when you learn about you learn the shape of like the hand and like how the middle finger is the top one, and you learn the canon of proportion, how the palm is generally the same length as your middle finger. That's a good base. A good base to start. Your palm is generally the same length as your pointer finger. Oh. It's a good thing to keep in mind. I feel like your thumb, especially when it's lined up like this, usually matches up with your knuckles. I feel like these are good little things to keep in mind when you're drawing. And then you learn about the metacarpals or whatever it is. Uh-huh. These little bones in your hands and stuff. You gotta remember that those all play a part. They're all coming from one point here, and they all extend.
Yeah, the Wolverines, dude.
The Wolverines, exactly. It's a good way of thinking. I feel like a lot of those Marvel guys, when you learn about when you see how they design those superheroes, as an artist, as a person who also draws, all you can think about is like, oh, I can see why they designed them the way they did because they liked to draw them a certain way. Like Spider-Man has all those cross contours on his suit, where you can, no matter what pose he's in, you can tell where it is in perspective because his suit has all those lines on it.
Oh, so he's drawing like the bend, you're saying?
You're essentially just, you can see, it's just easier to see him in perspective. Imagine if he didn't have all those lines, his poses wouldn't be nearly as like dynamic in perspective. Exactly.
You can see the action.
The fact that and Spider-Man's unique because he's not always standing. He's just like flying through the air a lot of the time. He's just suspended. He's in weird poses all the time.
So it's that little like movement on the arm going like this, and the whole suit is moving as well.
The fact that the suit is just covered in these lines, especially like Tobey Maguire movies, that suit, that that's in the comics a bit. It's just how many lines are just all over him that wrap around the suit. It's so much easier to understand the form of a suit and stuff. I feel like when you draw enough and you learn a lot of the fundamentals, you start to see these things. You're like, oh, that must have been that's why they did it, because it's fun to draw and it looks cool. It looks like it was fun to draw, and I don't know. I like seeing that kind of stuff and that kind of thing. Were you ever a comic guy at all? Were you ever?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I again, it's so weird that like the comics. When I really got into comics, it was because I knew somebody who really loved comics.
Yeah, it was someone else who got you into it. Yeah.
So I would sit there with him all the time, and he had this like he and she. It was a boyfriend and girlfriend. They had this book on like the encyclopedia of comic book characters. It was Encyclopedia of Marvel.
Yeah.
And so we would like go through this thing, and then they had all these issues, so we would go through all the issues. But why? Who's your favorite comic book character?
It might be Spider-Man.
I'm Wolverine all day.
That's sick.
I love Wolverine.
He's a cool guy.
Well, he's just like the anti-hero.
Yeah.
And I like who he is because it's he has a past.
Yeah.
And he struggles.
Yeah.
But he still wants to just do good.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like that's why I like Wolverine.
Yep.
And like no matter what, like he's always having that dilemma of I could just leave, but I'm going to stay and fucking do the right thing. Like, you know what I mean? Like that's him. He's stuck there going, I'm not really part of this group.
Yeah, dude, he's like, grizzled.
They kind of just put me in the X-Men.
And he's been through all history, man. He's old.
Oh, I love the origin story of Wolverine,
he's
too.
so old and shit, man.
He's like 150, 160.
Yeah.
So he's like...
He's been through it all.
Yeah, I think it goes back to Civil War. I think he was born during...
I think it was the Civil War, yeah.
I think he was born just pre-Civil War. So he comes up in this crazy origin of stepping through like all these major world wars, major wars of the U.S.
Yeah.
So
cool.
Yeah, he's cool. So I like that.
I love that.
And then after that, I mean...
I know that's a big thing in this house. So I know you guys are big into like the... Revolution, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And I also really like that. I feel like... That's one thing that has always been interesting to me is like where people grow up and how it's affected who they are today. And I feel like a lot of people from this area are a lot more in tune with like probably American history just because of the nature of where they are.
Yeah, probably.
It's all here.
That's a good point.
And the fact that you guys care so much about it, I feel like you're here. And
I mean, you lived in Savannah for a bit. I feel like if you grew up in Savannah,
also cool.
You know a lot more about like pirates or something.
Yeah, or
because it was just a pirate
city.
The
Golagichi, the people who like lived. I don't know. I know a lot of them speak Golagichi down there. It's like one of those. What do they call them? The languages that are
lost language.
No, like a language that's like mixed with another like, Creole. It's a Creole.
Yeah, I always thought that was Louisiana.
I think a Creole is like a general term to explain a language mixed with another language and. Louisiana, I think it's just like English with French.
Yeah.
But
something like that. Yeah.
And in Savannah, it's like African languages mixed with English. But because they were so in the it was mostly on the coastal towns and also in like the islands, like the Outer Banks and the islands around the Outer Banks and like the Carolinas and stuff. So many, just
different dialects that come across.
Yeah.
Because if you meet some people from like really Outer Banks, southern South Carolina.
Yeah,
they got a different language. Dude.
It's a different language,
and it's the islands too. It's not like you go like inland to like the more like hickey redneck areas. So kind of way different than you meet the island of South Carolina ones.
Yep,
it really is strange.
It's interesting, and that's in our country. These are American citizens.
So I watched this one video on this guy doing all these different dialects of and it's like
so interesting.
First of all, he could speak them all. He could.
Is it that like? Is it that kind of like effeminate guy who?
I don't know. I don't know if he was. I don't know.
No, he's very proper though.
He studies languages.
Yeah,
but his whole main thing was like we are just. He goes how widespread our dialect is in the United States.
Yeah, I love it, and it's interesting because growing up, of course, you don't think there's like any dialect or way of speaking here. Where you grew up, like in Bucks County or like, southeast Pennsylvania. But Pennsylvania's got some weird ways of speaking. Dare I say,
Philadelphia.
It might be some of the grossest ways of speaking I've ever.
Oh my God, dude!
It's a gross way of speaking.
When I get down to Georgia, dude, when I I got down to Georgia. This is like 2016. I was not in a great place, but I I wind up there, and I don't have a phone. I don't have a car. I don't have anything. Someone drove me to this house that I was supposed to be living at for a year, and I remember coming to the next morning, or even it was that night. No, it was the next night, I think. And I'm sitting on the porch, just like, where the fuck? I don't know where north, south, east, west is, dude. Like, I couldn't tell you where the hell I was.
Yeah.
I just knew the town name. And the guy sitting next to me is speaking in, like, this Eastern Georgia accent, because I think he was from, man, it starts with a C. It's like south, like outside southwest Atlanta.
Okay.
And he was speaking in this like fast southern tongue, dude. I remember looking at him and go, I have no idea what the fuck you were saying, dude. and then this other guy shows up on the porch. His name was Evan. And he comes up and he's like, damn. I was like, holy shit, dude. Who the fuck are you two?
Talking? Yeah.
Jesus, bro. And then and they thought I was spoken asshole. Just like the way that I talked, I had this. They were like, they looked at me as if I was this fast talking, dick, and I was just like, God, man. So I tried to just be nice.
Yeah,
but
so I do prefer the way people speak down south because I spent half my life in North Carolina, so like that was a big part of my upbringing. I think.
Yeah.
Was because my dad's side. They've been in the mountains in North Carolina since the 1600s. They were like in one of the original boats that came over that landed in Virginia. And then all of them went up to the mountains of North Carolina.
Your dad's from Roanoke?
Yeah. Well, and yeah, from the Roanoke, from them. And then they would
They've
go.
Been looking for these guys, man. I just want you know,
Bro,
dude.
Yo, you know
where they went, dude.
You know where, what are they fucking called? They're my fucking relatives. They're my cousins. There's these like hillbillies, these like inbred hillbillies. I used to have Thanksgiving with them. I can't remember their names.
Oh man.
But they're pretty notable.
Probably couldn't understand them when they told you, dude.
They're pretty notable just because they're so inbred. And they live in the mountains of like Appalachia and Virginia.
Dude, well that's West Virginia. Those ones
West Virginia,
are like those. God, man, that crazy documentary about some of those people.
Yeah, you see the one that they like bark like a dog. And
that one's weird, man.
Whitaker's.
Yeah,
we used to have a joint Caps Whitaker Thanksgiving, and it wasn't those guys. They weren't barking like dogs and stuff like that. But it's the same family, you know. Granted, it's a common last name in that area.
Yeah, because they're all family.
Yeah. Like my dad told me when I lived down there for a bit, when I was in high school for a year down there, he was like, don't date because there's a good chance they're your cousin.
People talk about the inbred South, dude. The inbred West Virginia is way more.
The mountains. Because you got to think, it was only a few families who went up there and tried to they were like coal miners. They couldn't even have slaves because there's nowhere to do agriculture. It's just the mountains, you know? Like, what are you going to do? You're just going to mine. So that's just like a bunch of
underground.
Just a bunch of poor white people just mining in the mountains of Appalachia. And then, that's generations and generations. And then Asheville, of course, has gotten a lot of like new people at least. So like places like that, people like the mountains now. But for a while, it was just like a few families that were just barely just speaking their own language essentially to each other. And it's like 5 of them. You had to marry your cousin at some point.
When I do hear like a southern accent now, it actually is kind of nice. I look at them like almost endearing, like, oh, hey, where are you from, man?
Yeah.
Like, it's like, dang, I kind of like that when I hear it. Because I really loved the people in Georgia when I lived there.
Yeah, they're good people. The people in the South are really nice people. I think a lot of the people in the North don't realize how great people in the South are. One of the common things, people in the North still think people in the South are more racist than up here. And in my experience, that's not the case.
I don't know.
I don't think it's the case. I think there's a lot of it, dude.
I think there's
people be getting racist up here.
I think people get racist everywhere.
That's true.
But I think it's like
it's a different kind.
It's still somewhat segregated in the South. So maybe they're not racist because they just don't really intermingle.
I think we're pretty segregated up here, though. I think more so because you go to Savannah, Savannah.
Yeah.
That city's pretty.
Yeah.
It's pretty integrated, or like I would say like it's not segregated. The ghetto part of Savannah is like a block away from like the nicest houses in the like the multi-million-dollar houses.
But then that's what I feel like the segregation is, and that's like
true.
the segregation of the South is that there's like a red line.
Yeah, but they're your neighbor.
Yeah, but there's that fancy red line that the cops will say, I'm going to protect this side of the line more than they protect the other side of the line. Like, I mean, Augusta, Georgia's like that.
Yeah, Augusta's different.
It is like, it's kind of like Savannah where there's this like wealthy pocket, and then everything around Savannah is like kind of poor.
You go to like, I don't know if you remember Savannah much. Well, there was MLK.
Or Richmond and shit.
You remember like MLK Boulevard? It's like a whole road.
Yeah.
And very, like the stereotype. It is like part of the ghetto. The whole road is.
Yeah.
But right next to it, you go down a few blocks. I used to run from Montgomery, from MLK, which is right next to Montgomery, and I would run just a few like streets down, and it was like the nicest houses I'd ever seen.
Oh, I love the houses in Savannah.
Yeah.
I love all the stairs that go up to like every single house.
Yeah,
and then like there's a
old.
stair that goes down underneath, and that's like someone's apartment.
Yeah.
I love the homes.
They're beautiful,
Savannah's my favorite southern city.
It's a really beautiful city.
Oh, it's great.
I may have just been like lucky to have gone to such a nice southern city, if I'm being honest.
Oh, I love Savannah too because like everyone, like the homes are in the city, right? So
the homeless are just in, and they're nice. They're actually like nice homeless too.
The homes.
Oh, the homes.
Yeah,
the homeless though. The homeless, that's a thing.
Yeah, I know.
It's big in Savannah.
Well, if I'm going to be homeless, I'd rather be in the South. Oh no, I know the homeless is bad in Savannah. They're everywhere,
but at least they're like kind of nice. Generally,
yeah, I guess, and you kind of see the same ones though.
You see the same ones.
You see the same, like they didn't leave; they're there forever. No. They're lifers.
I had some homeless like guys who was like, I was like their college mark. I think like I probably was like I would buy this one guy like Marlboros and hot Cheetos.
See,
but it's because I saw him every day, so I was like I talked to him. Like, he would like walk with me. Dude. He was talking to me just so he could get his Marlboros and red Cheetos. But I'm like, hey man, like I'm talking to you every day. I might as well buy you the Marlboros and red Cheetos.
My one buddy and I used to talk about how Savannah was the craziest city with the homeless, where it was the same ones you see every day. Where like up here, if you see the homeless up here, it's like you never see the same ones twice.
Yeah.
Down in Savannah,
what does that mean?
I don't know. There's just so many. I don't know.
There's a lot more, maybe. Maybe there's more, but like you wouldn't want to be up here. Yeah.
But the ones, in Savannah, it was like I actually have vivid memory of two of the homeless people in Savannah that. And he was in the same shirt pretty much every day.
Yeah.
Like this blue shirt. And, same ones every day. Like, I knew their names.
Well, the trade-off was the guy would always try to sell me weed, and I'm like, no, I'm not going to buy weed from you. Like, you're probably the last guy I would want to buy weed from.
Yeah.
Did
you ever?
No. He would, like, every day be like, yo, dude, like, I got it right here. Like, it's a great price.
You think he was trying to rip you off, you're saying? Or?
No, I was just thinking, like, if I'm going to get weed from anyone, I don't think it's going to be from you, man. I don't know. I'm just all right.
You never asked to see it?
Nah, I wasn't like desperate.
That curious?
I should have asked more questions. But if I'm being honest, it was like I'm like the right answer. I told myself right answer is no right now.
That's good.
I just said I was like,
why though?
It could have been any number of things. I'm like, it could be who knows where he got it from. I don't know where he got this weed from. It could be I don't know this guy. He could be trying to set me up. He might take me to his car. He might have 3 dudes waiting for me. I don't know. I don't know his setup.
But you saw him every day.
I know, and he could have blown that. He could have blown this beautiful friendship relationship right out the gate. I don't know this guy that well. I would talk to him, but it was one of those cases where you're talking to a guy. Half the things he says you don't really understand, and you just go, "Yeah, dude, hell yeah, all right, cool."
Oh, that's most of what you do with that.
Yeah, exactly. You're just like, "All right, yeah, that's sick, man." Hey, and you'd be like, "Yo, man, you gonna go in there? You mind just give me a Marlboro Red and pack of hot Cheetos?" I'm like, "I got you, no problem. I'm going in there anyways."
I bet you if you went back there, you might still be there.
He probably would be on that exact block, on that exact corner, which it was a nice corner, and the people were so nice. For a second, I was really
on what corner?
It was
because they would be everywhere. I remember
Victory. Do you remember Victory? Well,
they'd always be on Broughton.
Yeah, this was Broughton was nice. And that's what the nice homeless were.
Yeah,
but you go down a bit past Forsyth. Do you remember Starland? Starland. It was a little it was further away from Broughton. This is closer to like where the ghetto is.
Okay.
And then like there's MLK, goes all the way down, connects you to this is Victory. Yeah, MLK, Victory. And then on Victory there was a gas station and I lived right on Victory. So I would walk to that gas station and that guy would be there every day. And we would walk for like a whole block.
Is that like
together.
right when you pull into Savannah, like off of?
No. That's
16,
close to Broughton.
95?
That's near where the Hive is for SCAD. I don't know if you remember that.
What's that?
You probably saw some SCAD buildings.
Everything was a SCAD building.
Everything was a SCAD building.
Everything's a SCAD building.
Yeah.
And,
When you're coming off the interstate, you see a SCAD building. You see the SCAD dorms.
yeah.
And but then Broughton's pretty close to that. And so, no, this is like quite a trek. If you were going to by foot, it would be a pretty far walk. It'd probably be like 2 miles. But like, it was like 2 miles south of Broughton. And, but yeah, that was really like the more interesting homeless people were. But I got into film photography for a second. And one of my favorite places to shoot film photography was on MLK Boulevard. It's the best place.
Why?
They just have the most interesting buildings. Like they use like the most primary colors and all of they have like you buy like fish sandwiches and stuff like that, like all over the place. And they're like yellow and orange and red. All of the buildings are just these like they just like got paint. It's like a shoddy paint job. They're not even good paint jobs. And the most interesting people would just be outside of them, like playing dice, playing cards and stuff like that. And I'd be like, "Can I take your guys' picture?" They would like pose for it and stuff, and it was so nice. They're like the nicest people in the world. Like, yo, dude, just do what you're doing. And sometimes they put up like a peace sign and stuff like that. I'm like, oh, this is sweet.
Do you still have those pictures?
I do. I don't. Yeah, they're on my Google Drive, so I still got all those pictures. I got one in front of a guy in front of like a fish joint, and he's wearing this awesome like blue, red, and yellow like full suit with like a hat on, and he's just posing like this.
Red and yellow suit.
Blue, yellow, and red. It's crazy. It's a crazy outfit. And it kind of
suit or like a
no,
jumpsuit?
not a suit, like a cholo would wear it.
Like a jumpsuit.
Maybe not even a full
Like a
jumpsuit.
sweatsuit?
It was like a jumpsuit with the sleeves cut off.
What, dude?
It was a crazy look.
But back to Dallas. I remember when I came back, because after Georgia, I went to Florida for like 7 years. When I came back up here, I really hadn't lived up here for 15, 16 years.
Yeah.
And I remember hearing people talk, and like, especially females, I'd look at them and be like, oh,
Yeah,
that's what you sound like?
Yeah, dude. When you
So
realize what the
dirty.
people around here sound like, where they're like, "Yo, you fucking dickhead!" Like,
Yeah,
you're like,
dude.
Like, oh,
Yeah, that's like South Philly, what you just did.
well, yes, I know,
But
but
it's
like,
real
it
you
does
fucking
spread.
bag in the bag and the
Yeah, like it's spread. Like, yeah, bad. I hate how people say the word bad around here.
bag. I kind
Yeah.
of catch myself doing it. I don't even notice I'm doing it sometimes.
Bad. My mom does it. My mom, she whenever like my dog. Oh, you're so bad. And I'm like, oh, I hate the bad.
Dude, it's
I
real
hate
bad.
bad.
It's real bad. I say
So
bad.
bad.
I don't even know how do I say bad.
I try to enunciate. I
Bad.
try to enunciate when I speak.
Bad,
I go bad.
not bad.
You're a bad dog.
I think I said bad.
You're a bad dog.
But no, dude, I remember this one. Well, actually, I'm trying to bring her on the podcast in the next couple weeks. But she was really the first interaction that I had with North Philly. Again, she wasn't even from North Philly. She was from like Doylestown or something. And,
That's close where I grew up. Yeah.
and she had this strong accent. And she, she's a pretty woman. And I remember just being like, "Oh,
Yeah.
what are you doing?
Yeah.
You sound like that.
Yeah.
You sound retarded or something."
That's how they talk about. They do. Wait, you fucking retarded?
Oh, dude. So I,
That's how they talk to you. They're like,
and then everyone just sounds like a little uneducated
yes.
and a little
But that honestly, maybe it kind of does them a favor because sometimes the people who sound uneducated sometimes have some smart things to say, and maybe it's because they sound uneducated that
I
you're
don't
like,
want to listen.
yeah, you don't want to listen, but you don't want to listen, but you're also like, it kind of made whatever you said kind of sound smarter because I didn't expect anything smart to come from your mouth.
Yeah.
like I don't know. I talked to some people from where I grew up, and I'm just like, oh. But then they say a thing, and you're like, you know a little bit more about the world than I thought you did. I'm a little proud of
Yeah,
you.
but so you judged them at first.
You're right, and that sucks because I grew up with them. Isn't that crazy? That's a shame. That's not how you should live.
No, but
when you see like the South,
but we just do it, dude. We just do it.
That sucks.
Why do I judge certain people one way and others not? Even if they're in the same group,
That's horrible.
It's like, yeah, but dude, I don't think it must be something. It's not horrible. I think it's maybe something I could work on, but because like someone, that's another thing when someone says like, I don't care what other people think or I don't judge. Yes, you do.
Yeah.
You absolutely, everybody, it's in us to judge. I think it's a survival technique to judge. We have to judge right away because we have to know if you're a threat or if you're going to be helpful. Can I, are you going to be able to help me in a certain situation? Are you not? Or am I going to spend my time talking to you or am I not? You know, so like we're sizing people. Like when I meet someone, I'm sizing them up pretty quickly.
In my defense, at least, I'm pretty good about like homeless people. Like I like homeless people generally. It's the tweakers that scare me. It's just the tweakers.
Yeah, fear. So like that's like right away. That's like a survival thing. Then right away, like, ooh, should I spend that much time around that person? Like the energy they're putting out right now is real bad.
The one homeless guy I love the most was this guy. He had a cat named Church, and I don't know what he did to this cat. I don't know how this cat was. He would just chill on his shoulder, and he looked sedated.
The cat?
Yeah.
Okay.
It just was like a sedated cat that would chill on his shoulder, and his name was Church. He would just walk around Broughton. Like, he was a Broughton homeless.
They had parrots, I remember there. Guy would have parrot.
Did you ever go to the Crab Shack?
Probably.
On Tybee Island? It was on Tybee.
Oh, yeah.
And it was the place where, like, you can feed alligators, and you can, there's like, bird. They have, like, a little bird thing, and there's cats that walk around. They have low country boil, so you can get, like, the crawfish and the...
Yes, I've been there.
Yeah, it's awesome. I love that place so much. But they have that. That's what I'm saying. They have such interesting people down south. It's a different kind of interesting. You have interesting people in the north too.
Yeah, they would find us very interesting too. You know what I mean?
They would.
Like,
they have really interesting people up here.
And if we went somewhere else, like I feel like everyone's got a weird dialect, right? Everyone's got their own kind of homeless too.
You know what's not interesting? Like the Southwest.
Like New Mexico?
Yeah.
Huh?
Who cares? I'm just saying.
I'm gonna clip that one, dude. Hey, it's not interesting. The Southwest, dude. Yeah, like what do they bring us?
What do they fucking do?
I don't know.
Right?
Because they're not interesting, dude.
They're not fucking interesting.
What do they bring us, dude?
What do they do?
At least like California's interesting because they bring us like Silicon Valley and Hollywood.
Yeah, but that's like a pocket. Yeah, and that's like one pocket of the Southwest. But like as a whole,
I'm not counting California as the Southwest.
Yeah,
I'm saying like Arizona and New Mexico.
That's like counting Miami as the Southeast. That's not. That's a different.
Yeah, anything south of like say
like Jacksonville or
Jacksonville can be pretty. See, Jacksonville's a weird city because it's 40 minutes from the Georgia border, right? Mm-hmm. And if you live on the beach, it is a bunch of white Northerners or just like white Floridians, which is like a weird blend of people. But if you drive away from the beach and you start hitting the sticks of Jacksonville, you're in the South, dude.
Yeah. No, I know.
If you are on the west side of the St. Johns River, you're in the South, dude.
Yeah.
It is like you drive down those streets and it's homes on cinder blocks. It is people sitting outside. You'll drive up and down the street, and people will sit on their front porch for 8 hours and doing nothing.
Yeah.
And absolutely nothing, dude. And you talk to them, and it's real like they're just okay doing that.
Yeah.
It's real weird. And then you drive through, things around Jacksonville, real southern. But if you're on the beaches or unless you're in the wealthy part of the city of Jacksonville, it's pretty southern. It's kind of trashy. Yeah. Jacksonville's pretty trashy.
Yeah. No, I figured it was. I actually am not a big Florida guy. I've been to Key West.
Oh, that's cool.
It's cool. It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
A lot of homeless there.
Oh, yeah. I think it's like homeless destination of the U.S.
Yeah, dude. I've said it. If I was homeless, I'd go there. But I bet it gets scary if you're homeless there.
I bet just a lot of people who went there and then just became homeless. I think a lot of the homeless population is they went there to
vacation.
Yeah, maybe they just got
with their
stuck,
family,
dude.
and they just walked away from their family.
The family walked away from them, dude. They didn't chase them.
They got too drunk one night, hooked up with someone.
Oh my god, how do I get out of here?
Hooked up with someone they shouldn't have, and they just kept walking.
And it's like I have to get a bridge to get out of here. And it's like a bridge or a boat.
Yeah,
and
several
I don't have
bridges,
either, dude.
Or a little puddle hopper, whatever they call them, puddle
jumper.
Puddle jumper.
Yeah, and I don't have one of those either.
Yeah.
So they're just like, I guess I'm going to be on this island now.
Figure it out. Sell coconuts.
I guess you probably don't have to. You probably just chill. Food
You're
will just
right.
come your way.
You're right.
Food and drink and weed will just come your way.
You're so right.
I mean, and there's so many different keys.
There's so many. You can just, you take a long bike ride one day, you can go to a different key.
Yeah, across the bridges?
Yeah, just across the bridge.
Bridge. I mean, I think the keys, like, from Miami to hit this most southern key, I think it's 3.5 hours. I think it's in Key West from Miami. It's like 3.5 hours.
Yeah, you don't have to go to Miami. You can go to a different key.
Wow, dude, could you just do that? I think there is a marathon you can run across the bridges. And
I know you can do a marathon, and it has to do with the Savannah Bridge, that's a tough one.
The Carolina Savannah Bridge?
Yeah, you do. That's a tough bridge.
That one I
Did you do
consider
it?
signing up. No, I've never.
Oh.
No, I've run.
I know there's a race on there, and that's tough because that's
a big ass bridge.
It has an arch, has a crazy arch to it.
Dude, you sit in downtown Savannah, you look at that bridge, and it's like
a big ass bridge
right over, and it drops into South Carolina.
It has a big ass arch. My girlfriend was scared. Every time we had to go over that bridge, pretty much, I had to drive.
And then there's a strip club that just sits on the other side of that bridge.
Yeah, several. Dude, that's what I'm talking about. If you go down MLK Boulevard, there was a strip club that in the day was a fish shop. They would sell fish.
Nice.
At night, it would turn to a strip club.
No, I was. Are you serious? Yes. It was a fish shop during the day and a strip club at night?
Yes.
That's the South.
Same
dude.
building.
That's the South.
It's the same building. I'd walk by it. And the day it would just be a normal fish shop. It'd be open for business. And then at night, you'd see a line of people out of it. And it'd be a fucking club.
I'll never forget. We were like.
I know what you're talking about, though. I know exactly the place. The Gentleman's Club. I think it actually was called like the Gentleman's Club or something like that.
Dude, you jump over that bridge in South Carolina and it's right.
I think
it's the very first store. I think
it's called like the Gentleman's Club or something. There's like a sign like or it's a Gentleman's Club, but something called that. I remember what you're talking about though.
It was like a gray building.
right next to the Love's gas station. That's another thing you start to see in Virginia. It's the whole Southeast, the Love's gas stations.
Yeah,
good gas prices.
Parker's,
fancy Parker's.
Yeah, Parker's was like.
There's a fancy Parker's in Savannah. Oh, Parker's was good. They had pretty good cheesecake.
Dude, there's Parker's and Walmart. That's all states.
It's the first place I ever bought my like underage alcohol.
Parker's.
Parker's.
That's a weird one. Do you buy alcohol everywhere? In the South?
Well, they just didn't check IDs. I just went in there with enough confidence.
Stores all sell it. Like Pennsylvania's such a weird state with alcohol.
It's just Pennsylvania. That's the problem. Is that Pennsylvania is just gay and lame, and we're one of those old school.
Pennsylvania's an awesome state, dude.
It's a great state, but
dude,
like that.
Underrated state.
You think? Yeah.
Well, it's actually
the certain parts of it.
I mean, Bucks County is amazing.
Bucks County is a great county.
Yeah,
I love it. I love it so much. I'll probably be forever connected to it.
And that's fine. That's like this is a place in America that you can absolutely just stay and be like, this is nice.
I'm fine.
Yeah.
I'm in Bucks County.
Yeah.
What could go wrong? What could go wrong with my life in Bucks County? Nothing. Everything's good here. And I'm glad to have grown up in Bucks County. Are you glad to have grown up in Bucks County?
Yeah, and I am now. I wasn't when I grew up here, though. You know.
Yeah, I thought it was boring. That was my biggest issue. I thought it was boring. But then now that I'm older, I'm like,
Maybe there's just more adult things to do here. I don't know.
When I was a kid, now that I'm an adult, I'm like, I don't think I'd want to be in a place that's like too exciting, because then there's like, it's too much happening around me. I don't want to be in like a city where you're hearing shit all the time.
No, I wouldn't want to go to a major city. Like, I liked Savannah as a city. I love St. Augustine as a city.
Savannah's actually pretty great.
St. Augustine was awesome.
If I got stuck in Savannah, I'd be all right.
Oh, you'd be fine.
I'd be great.
Yeah.
I think me and Abby have both talked about that. We've both been like, if we had enough money to retire one day, Savannah might be the place.
I think a lot of people do that.
That sucks. You don't want everyone to have the same retirement idea as you.
Yeah.
That's
well, it's their idea then, I guess, if they've done it first.
Fuck.
I don't know.
You're right. Well, they got to it first.
Right.
I had the idea first. But yeah. All right.
All right, you ready to wrap this up?
Yeah.
All right, dude. Appreciate you doing it.
Hell yeah. Whew.